Hi guys, and welcome to the first instalment of my log of Driven Sports Craze. So I'm just going to cover some quick stuff, basically about how I'm going to do this log. I'm going to be doing a couple of video logs a week, and I'll be covering just how the supplements affected me, what it gave me extra in the workouts throughout the week. I've got experience with the other big pre-workout products like Jacked, Pre-Surge, Super Pump. I've got experience with all of those, and I'm just like looking for something different really. And I think I've probably found it in something like Driven Sports. They've always been a company that's been leading the way, and I'm not just I am a fanboy. If you watch my other videos, I've used Activate Extreme and Triazole, and I just really enjoyed what I got from them. Made me a big fan of the company. I'm always a big fan of innovative companies that use good research behind their products. Another one of those is Athletic Edge Nutrition. A bit quiet at the moment, but they were one of the big companies that came through with beta-alanine, and so basically I'm just a big fan of innovative companies that really like to back their products. So in this log, I'm gonna have some in-gym footage of some of my lifts as well. Hopefully that won't be too embarrassing. But I've got a couple of ideas. I'm gonna give some samples to a couple of friends of mine at the gym who really don't have that much experience with supplements. They've got a little, Super Pump, but I feel that, not offence, but to the company themselves, Aspari, but I feel that Super Pump is a little generic. I'd like to see what their thoughts would be on something like Craze, which from what I've read so far is a bit of a different approach to pre-workouts. And obviously I don't know what it's like for myself yet because I haven't taken the first dose, but I've got the tub here, and I'll prepare that in a minute. But yeah, I'm hoping to give some real good feedback for people that are interested in the product, and basically stay tuned, and hopefully I can tell you everything you need to know. I'm just preparing the first dose. I literally just opened the Craze. First thing that strikes me about it, it's got the same aroma as NO Shotgun in their grape flavour, and it does say here that it is candy grape flavour, so that's no surprise. That's a good thing to me because I love the taste of NO Shotgun, their grape flavour. But we'll have to see if it tastes the same. So I'm just going to prepare the first dose now, which is going to be 1.5 scoops. I will be trying 1 scoop, 2 scoops. I mean, I'm really stim resistant. Things like caffeine or whatever have no effect on me almost, even if I take breaks from them. So that's a big thing I'll be looking at actually with Craze, is just how it affects my tolerances. Do I become very tolerant to it very quickly? Which I hope not. So, I'm mixing it with the lower side of the recommended dose, 8 ounces, which to us British guys is 250 millilitres, and I'll be trying it with like double that, which is the upper limit. Different temperature, I might even try it with some fruit juices, but at the moment it's just cold water. Don't want to put 2 scoops in just yet, don't want to be bouncing off the walls. That's 1.5. And give it a quick shake. Okay, so that looks to have like settled quite well. It looks like it's mixed pretty well. You can see there. Just gonna give it a quick down. I'm not one for sipping drinks really. And get it down me and see what happens. Okay, initial thoughts on the taste there. Still a little bit left. It's quite sweet, but it's got something very tart behind it as well. It's not as nice as Shotgun, the grape flavour, but I'd rate it above something like Jacked and their flavours. It's something that I think I can. It's not as sweet and as well. I very much like sweet flavours. So it's not as great as I imagined, but it's actually easily drinkable. But yeah, there is just like a quite strong tart undertone there. But yeah, it's definitely very drinkable. But it's it's not gonna it's not exactly chocolate as a treat. But it's yeah, it's nice enough. Anyway, now that I've got that down me, I'm gonna go and prepare for my workout, which today is going to be heavy chest and heavy back. There's actually going to be a bit of shoulders and arms thrown in, but they're kind of secondary. So I'm going to go prepare for that, and hopefully I get some footage for you, and I'll report back after. Hi guys, Joe here, just back from the gym. Managed to get some footage for you. I think it's some incline bench, some lateral raises, and some seated rows. So yeah, check it out. That was as heavy as it looked. So my first impressions on Craze is that it's pretty good. After I took it, about 20 minutes after taking it on an empty stomach, I started to get the intense finger focus and energy that you get with a lot of pre-workout supplements, which is usually mainly down to geranium, which Craze doesn't have any of, so that's pretty interesting. And I'm going to look into that later on in the month, when I do some research on the ingredients and see what I can find. I did the same for Triazole and Activate Extreme, which is okay for Activate Extreme, but Triazole, Driven Sports were so ahead of the curve really that there wasn't much to find in improving study-wise, and the things they used in Triazole. Wasn't much research on how it improved athletic performance and testosterone levels and such like, until a bit later on, where Triazole made it popular and they managed to publish studies that indicate how great it was. So if you haven't tried that, try it. Anyway, Triazole, as I say, I got this feeling of intense energy, focus, which is great with what you want from a pre-workout supplement. And it was very intense, more so than Jacked, or Shotgun, Super Pump, Hemo Rage. It was great. It lasted for about 40-50 minutes and kind of dropped off quickly, really. Like, it almost seemed to disappear, the effects. There was I didn't get that intense feeling of energy, dropped off quite quickly, and that intense feeling of focus and just wanting to lift everything like as hard and as heavy as possible and going crazy. But that's not to say that I didn't have a great workout, because I did. Today I was doing heavy chest, back, as I mentioned earlier, shoulders and a bit of arms. I started off with dumbbell press as my main heavy movement. Last week I got 57.5 kilos, which is about 125, 120 pounds. That was my first movement. And I managed 3 sets of 3 reps, which was pretty heavy. I've done heavy before, but I broke my wrist this year, and I just came out of cast on September the 1st. So I'm just still recovering from that, really. But in other areas I've already gone past what I was before. My previous best was about a year ago. The flat press was 65 kilos. So I'm just working back towards that. But today was the first time with the 60s, and I felt really confident. They felt, not as heavy as I thought they would, which is no doubt down to the Craze. At that point in the workout, I was still feeling the intense energy that it was giving me. So that really was definitely a highlight. That was followed with heavy flies, where I got a personal best with 22.5 kilos dumbbells. Did flies of those with 4 sets of 8. The rows of the stack, which you've just seen, those were great. They did great stuff with heavy arms. So yeah, the workout was fantastic. And if you want more information on my workouts and more comments, you can find it in the link below, which isn't in my trousers, but it's in the description. And that's my log that I'm doing with more detail over on bodybuilding.com. So yeah, first impressions are really good. As I say, despite not feeling the intense energy and focus, my performance was much improved overall. I mean, it doesn't help that my workout was 3 hours, and it is expecting a bit much to have a pre-workout supplement to energise you for that long. But for the 40-50 minutes, I would have liked a little more, really. But you can't complain too much when you're getting stronger and everything. So first impressions are pretty good. Before I let you go, just a little more on myself, because you didn't really say much earlier, but I'm 6'1", 233 pounds probably at the moment after my refeed, and I train, as I did mention earlier, I'm training to be a natural bodybuilder of the Natural Physique Association, which is a natural federation in the UK that I'm really looking forward to being part of. It's a great community, so you should check them out if you're interested in natural bodybuilding, because it's an amazing community from what I've seen. I really can't wait to be a part of that. That being said, I do train a lot for strength. My lifts at the moment, I've squat of 180, a deadlift of 180, which I just did last week to see what it was after not having done it in 2 years. I mean, 2 years ago it was 210, 215, but that was 2 years ago, so it doesn't really count. Previous bench press back last year was 155 kilos, was my best, but I haven't done it in a long time, and I've broken my wrist since, so really, I don't really know what to tell you about that because I haven't done it since. But obviously my best on dumbbell press since breaking my wrist is 60 kilos for 3 reps, and I'm looking to improve all of those, but my main goal really is to step on stage next year as a novice heavyweight and make a big impact. Finally, before I round off this episode, I'd like to thank Matt at Driven Sports for the tub of Craze that he shipped over to me to try and log for them. I appreciate that very much, and I hope that I can give everyone some great feedback. And thanks to Zoom UK for the lending me the camera, the Q3 HD, which is fared me pretty well so far, and I'm hoping to get some good footage from the gym later on. So stay tuned for more. Thanks very much.